Joining me live now here in Tampa is NBC special correspondent and US TV legend Tom Brokaw. Tom, thanks very much indeed for coming to see us. How important is this speech for Mitt Romney?
I think it's very important. It is every 4 years. It is for whoever the nominee of either party is, because it's the launch of the campaign. And in his case, there is still some reservation about who he is personally. Are we comfortable with him? Not just in this hall, but across the country. And the people that are going to be most important to him tonight are out there across America, who are the independents. It's really the largest party in our country, the Republicans and Democrats, and then that great middle group. They're the ones who are going to be sizing him up the most, and that's the audience that he really wants to appeal to.
Now, he's not the greatest speaker. Can he really get people off their seats in the hall and perhaps convince people at home that he could be president?
Well, I think it's always possible. He emerged from a very difficult primary campaign. He was successful in Massachusetts as governor in a heavily Democratic state, as you know. I've been told by friends who have dealt with him in business that he can be extraordinarily persuasive sitting across the table. But there's nothing quite like an occasion like this. I think it might hit 40 million people tonight because there's going to be a big curiosity factor. The storm, Isaac, has died down enough now that people are going to say, let's find out what this guy is all about. And so the kind of typical couple for me is in Ohio. They're undecided. They're independents. One of them voted for Obama last time. And do they turn at the end of the speech and say, I can live with that guy. You know, we've got to change things, and I'm going to be comfortable with it.
People seem to be stretching the truth in this election campaign more than in the past.
Yeah, the fact checkers are working 24/7 on both sides, by the way. And it's part of the American tradition that it does get stretched. I thought what Paul Ryan attempted to do last night, because there's been so much concentration on his Medicare plan, which is slightly more draconian than anything that's been proposed by the president in terms of changing the metrics of it. So what he decided to do, the best defense is a great offense. Get on top of it quickly and say it's the president's fault. And I'm convinced that we'll hear more of that same theme tonight from the head of the ticket, Mitt Romney. Now, the fact is we've got a real issue with Medicare in this country. And the answer lies kind of between the two of them at the moment, but it is something that we're going to have to address. And it remains what we call in American politics the third rail, named after our subway systems, in which we have an electrified third rail.
We have, of course, the theme here of we built it. They're building on a statement made by Barack Obama, and they're taking it out of context because he didn't actually say people with small businesses didn't build it. Can you build a plank of your presidential campaign on someone misspeaking during an election event?
Well, it wasn't so much as misspeaking, but if you go back and watch it again, he says, you didn't build that. When he was saying that, he was saying about the highways or the rail system and the infrastructure that helps you as a small businessman. But they lifted that out and they used it as a rallying cry here. Now, the Democrats next week in Charlotte will find some disconnected sentence of some kind that has been spoken here, and they'll build a lot of their campaign around that as well.